I looked at Hendricks. Put the three of them in a sealed trailer and rail freight them back to Boston, care of Mr. Morelli. Hendricks was a large, trustworthy man, his red hair cropped in a crew cut. He twitched his chin in the slight motion that he used for a nod when he disapproved of my actions, but intended to obey me anyway. Hendricks and the cleaners on my staff would handle the matter from here. I passed him the gun and the gloves on my hands. Both would see the bottom of Lake Michigan before I was halfway home, along with the 2 slugs the cleaners would remove from the site. When they were done, there would be nothing left of the 2 dead men but a slight variation on the outline of the stain in the old warehouse floor, where no one would look twice in any case. Location, location, location. Obviously, I am not Harry Dresden. My name is something I rarely trouble to remember, but for most of my adult life I have been called John Marcone. I am a professional monster. It sounds pretentious. After all, I'm not a flesh-devouring ghoul hiding behind a human mask until it is time to gorge. I'm no vampire to drain the blood or soul from my victim, no ogre, no demon, no cursed beast from the spirit world, dwelling amid the unsuspecting sheep of humanity. I'm not even possessed of the mystic abilities of a mortal wizard. But they will never be what I am. One and all. Those beings were born to be what they are. I made a choice. I walked outside of the warehouse and was met by my consultant, Guard, a tall blonde woman without makeup, whose eyes continually swept her surroundings. She fell into step beside me as we walked to the car. 2? They couldn't be bothered to answer a question in a civil manner. She opened the back door for me, and I got in. I picked up my personal weapon and slipped it into the holster beneath my left arm, while she settled down behind the wheel. She started driving and then said, "No, that wasn't it." It was business, and the fact that one of them was pushing heroin to 13-year-old girls, and the other was pimping them out, had nothing to do with it. Guard said, "It was business." I said, enunciating, "Morelli can find pushers and pimps anywhere. A decent accountant is invaluable." I sent his bookkeeper back as a gesture of respect. "You don't respect Morelli?" I almost smiled. "Perhaps not." "Then why?" I did not answer. She didn't push the issue, and we rode in silence back to the office. As she put the car in park, I said, "They were in my territory. They broke my rule." "No children," she said. "No children," I said. "I do not tolerate challenges, Ms. Guard. They're bad for business." She looked at me in the mirror, her blue eyes oddly intent, and nodded. There was a knock at my office door, and Guard thrust her head in, her phone's earpiece conspicuous. "There's a problem." Hendricks frowned from his seat at a nearby desk. He was hunched over a laptop that looked too small for him, plugging away at his thesis. "What kind of problem?" "An accords matter," Guard said. Hendricks sat up straight and looked at me. I didn't look up from one of my lawyer's letters, which I received too frequently to let slide. "Well," I said, "we knew it would happen eventually. Bring the car." "I don't have to," Guard said. "The situation came to us." I set aside the finished letter and looked up, resting my fingertips together. "Interesting." Guard brought the problem in. The problem was young and attractive. In my experience, the latter too frequently lead to the former. In this particular case, it was a young woman holding a child. She was remarkable, thick,